radio fans, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft locomotive tutorial. Today, we're going to be continuing on with our Ultimate Quarter Express train, and we're going to be building this Siemens SC44 Charger for the rear end of the train here. So let's get right into the build. So the first step is to take out a dark oak stair for the coupler and get it attached up. Underneath that, we're going to put a dark oak fence gate for the airline. Then on either side of it, we're going to put a dark oak fence. Then, spin around on the next block down, we're going to put 3 polished deep slate stairs facing this way on the bottom middle. Above that, 2 rows of 3 gray concrete. And on the outsides of it, 2 more stairs on each side. Then we'll put an oak button on each side of the top of the gray concrete. Next, we'll skip 1 block in front of this and put 2 rows of 5 polished deep slate walls on bottom, coming out to each side of the rails. Then we'll skip to the 3rd block out here in front of that and get a netherite on each rail with an end rod axle for the first set of wheels. Then we'll take polished deep slate stairs, skip to the 3rd block forward from this, and we'll put 3 of them upside down facing this way. Then on the side, a right side up outward facing one on each side here, and then 3 upside down stairs facing this way at this end. Then in front of it, another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Then we'll open dark oak fence gates into the ends of the wheels here, and also into the ends of the wheels down here. Then come back here and start filling in the 2nd layer on the middle 3 with gray concrete. And we'll bring that all the way down above where these fence gates are here. In front of that on bottom, we're going to put 3 stone brick blocks coming up the middle, and then 3 upside down outward facing stone brick stairs on either side of it. Then above it, a 3x3 of stone brick blocks. Then on the side here, we're going to put a brewing stand, a skeleton skull on the back, and a warp sign in the middle. Same thing here. So a skeleton skull, and then a warp sign, and then a brewing stand. In front of it on bottom, we're going to put a temporary block here because we need to get upside down stairs facing backwards. We're going to put 5 polished deep slate stairs upside down right here on bottom, pointing towards the back of the locomotive. Then we'll come around to the side and put a row of upside down stairs that's 9 blocks long. Then once you have 9, a row of 5 coming across facing forward. And then same thing on this side, a row of outward facing stairs 9 blocks long to fill in this bottom of the fuel tank. Now come up in front of it here and put 3 stone brick blocks on the bottom middle with 3 upside down outward facing stone brick stairs on either side of it. Then above it, a 3x3 of stone brick blocks. Then a brewing stand, a warp sign, and a player head. Same thing on this side, a brewing stand, a warp sign, and a player head. Next, come to the back of the fuel tank, and on the top, outside edge, put 2 gray concrete on each side. Then we're going to skip in side by 1 and fill this 2x3 in. In here we put a crimson sign and a crimson button. Same thing on this side, a crimson button, a crimson sign. Then we'll fill in the rest of the top of the outside edges on this fuel tank with gray concrete on both sides. Now we'll do our next set of wheels, so skip 1 block forward from this, down on the rails, and get a netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then take polished deep slate stairs, skip to the 3rd block out, and 3 of them upside down facing forward. On the sides, a right side up stair facing outward on each side. In this gap, 3 upside down stairs facing backwards. Then, netherite on each rails again up here with an end rod axle. Open dark oak fence gates into the ends of the wheels here, and also into the ends of the wheels on this side. Then we're going to put a player head on the side of each wheel, and then a grindstone next to each of those. Same thing here, grindstones here and here, player heads on the wheels. And we have to go do that on the rear truck, so player heads on these wheels, grindstones next to them. And then same thing here, player heads on the wheels, grindstones next to them. Next, we'll come back up to the front here, and we're going to fill in the top middle 3 on the second layer with gray concrete, and bring that down above where these front fence gates are. In front of that, 2 more sticking out the middle, and an upside down polished deep slate stair facing outward on either side of that. In front of that, 3 gray concrete coming across the front. Then we'll work on the very front end here. So we're going to take out deep slate tile stairs, and we need to get 3 of them coming across the bottom middle, facing right side up. Then above that, 3 more gray concrete, and an upside down stair facing outward on either side of that. Then, on the next layer up, we're going to put a gray concrete on each side here, with an upside down polished deep slate stairs across the middle, and then an item frame on each of the gray concretes. Then we'll take out a dark oak stair for the coupler, turn around and get it stacked up. Delete the one we used for placement. Under it, put a dark oak fence gate, and then a dark oak fence gate opened on either side of the coupler here. Now we're going to make some banners, so come into a loom here. We're going to use a red banner with yellow dye, make the right half yellow, switch to red dye, bottom half red. Then we're going to do a new banner, yellow dye, and do it opposite. So this time, we're going to make the left hand side yellow, switch to red dye, bottom half red. Then we're going to switch to black dye, put a black border around both of those, and then a black plus on both of those. These are going to represent all the MU cable ports, and we're going to put them on these 2 item frames, just like that, so the yellow's facing the inside. Then we're going to fill in the top middle 3 on the 3rd layer with blocks of iron going end to end. Once we have that, on the outside edge of the top layer, we're going to go end to end on both sides with gray concrete. Now we'll come on top of the front end here, put a clay block on each side, and 3 blue concrete in the middle. Above that, blue concrete on each side, 3 black wool in the middle. We'll put a warp sign in the middle. Then, on each of the blue concretes, we're going to put a glow item frame with glowstone, and on each of the clays, a crimson button. On the next layer up, we're going to put 3 black wool across the middle, and in the center of that, a glow item frame with glowstone for a headlight, then a warp stair facing forward on either side. Coming around behind it, a blue concrete on the back of each of the stairs, and then another forward facing warp stair above them. Then 3 black stained glass across the middle here. Then we'll swing around behind it again. On each side, on top, we're going to put 2 black stained glass, and then a block of clay. Then on top of this, on each side, on the first glass block, another forward facing warp stair. Then 3 polished black stone stairs across this top middle. Then on each side of the polished black stone stairs, we're going to go ahead and put a warp sign with our locomotive number, which for this one is 3110. We'll do the same thing on this other side of it here. A warp sign with 3110. Then we'll hit those with white dye and then a glowing sack. Now come on side of the front here, and we're going to put 2 clay there, and then 3 clay coming back. And then another 2 clay on the front here. Then we'll put 2 blue concrete on this bottom, and 2 magenta concrete on top. Same thing over here. So a column of 2 clay there, 3 clay coming back, a column of 2 clay, then 2 blue concrete, 2 magenta concrete. Come down here and delete this first block behind it here. We're going to put in a right side up polish andesite stair, 2 upside down stairs, and a door on top. Same thing here, delete this block, a right side up polish andesite stair, 2 upside down stairs, and a door on top. Behind that, on the bottom of each side, 3 clay, then 3 blue concrete, then 3 magenta concrete, then 3 clay. Then on each side of this doorway, we're going to take out iron bars and run a column of 4 iron bars up each side of it, so there's handrails to climb that ladder. Same thing on this side, a column of 4 iron bars on each side of the doorway. Come back around behind this on each side. We're going to do a single clay, then a blue concrete, a magenta concrete, and a block of bedrock. Same thing here, clay, blue concrete, magenta concrete, bedrock. After that, on the bottom of each side here, we're going to extend out 3 clay on each side. Then we're going to go and do 2 rows of 3 deep slate tile walls. Same thing over there. And then 3 clay above the walls. Same thing here. Then, behind this on bottom, we're going to do 7 clay coming back. Same thing over here, 7 clay. Then blue concrete down to the end of it. Then magenta concrete down to the end of it. And another full row of 7 clay on top of each side. And actually we're going to change the stripe, knock out these end 2, and swap the color placement. So blue on top, magenta on bottom, and knock out 1 more on top and put blue there so it comes up like this. And of course we do the same thing here. So 2 blue up here and a magenta on the bottom corner. Now behind that, 2 clay on bottom, a 2x2 of iron bars, 2 clay on top. Same thing over here, so 2 clay, 2x2 of iron bars, 2 clay. In front of that, a clay on bottom, then a magenta concrete, then a blue concrete, then a clay. In front of that, we're going to do a column of 4 iron bars on each side. Then in front of that, a clay on bottom, then 2 iron bars, then a clay on top. Then, behind that, 2 iron bars on bottom, then 2 magenta concrete, above it, above that 2 blue concrete, then 2 iron bars. Then a clay on bottom, 2 iron bars, and a clay on top. Then a column of 4 iron bars. Same thing over here. Next on bottom, we're going to bring a line of clay all the way down to the end of the locomotive here. Come around the corner, 1 here, skip the middle, 1 there, 1 on the side, and clay up this side. Then we'll go to magenta concrete and bring that down to the back. Come around the corner there, skip the middle, and do the other side, put a door in the middle, and magenta concrete up this side. Then above that, blue concrete, come down to the back, come right across the top of this door, and then come up this side. Then above that up here, we're going to put 1 clay and then a bedrock. 5 clay across the back, 1 on each side, and then a bedrock. Then fill in the rest of it with clay. Same thing over here. Then we're going to put 3 blue concrete across the top middle on the back there. Then we'll take out warped stairs, because we don't have blue. And we'll run a full line of outward facing warped stairs end to end on both sides. Now we'll do all the roof details, which there's a lot for this one. Across the front here, 3 black wool, then a conduit on each side for strobe lights, and a crimson button in the middle. Behind that, on the lower hip box, 3 warped slabs, and then 2 warped slabs coming up the engineer side. In that space, a 2x2 of blue concrete with a polished black stone button in the corner. Behind that, we're going to make a 3x3 of blue concrete. And then on the front 2 on each side, we're going to put levers going into each other for antennas. Behind that, we're going to skip to the upper hip box of the second block down and do a 3x3 of warped slabs. Then coming across the middle here, we're going to put 3 warped fence gates and open them. Turn around this way on back, 3 more, and open them on that. That'll represent where the horn is. Then, behind this, on the top layer again, we're going to do a 3x3 of blue concrete. Then on each side on the back 2 iron trapdoors. Then behind that, another 3x3 of blue concrete. Then 3 iron trapdoors up the middle, and a polished black stone button in each corner. Then behind that, we're going to do a 5x3 of blue concrete. And we'll put 5 trapdoors coming up each side. Behind that, there's a big vent, so we'll do a 5x3 of bedrock. Then we're going to take out stone pressure plates and cover the top of the bedrock with stone pressure plates so it adds detail. Behind that, 3 blue concrete, then 2 bedrock on that far side, fill this with blue concrete. Then 2 polished black stone buttons right here, 3 blue concrete behind it, with a polished black stone button on either side of the blue concrete. Then 2 bedrock on the close side, fill the rest with blue concrete and 3 blue concrete behind it. Then a polished black stone button on each side of that blue concrete, fill the rest of this with blue concrete, and on the very back a blue candle on each side. Now all the roof detail is completed here. Now come down on the back side here, we're going to put 2 iron bars on each side of this door. Then an iron trapdoor on the middle in front of the door, and on each side of the magenta concrete a crimson button. On the top middle, a glow item frame with glowstone for a rear headlight, and then on each side of the top of the clay layer, a sign with 3110 for our locomotive number. Same thing over here. We'll hit both of those signs with white dye and then a glow ink sac. Now we're going to make some banners. Come into a loom with a light gray banner in black dye, a vertical on the left and right, horizontal on top, horizontal in the middle. New banner, vertical on the left, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom. New banner, horizontal in the middle, horizontal on top, horizontal on bottom, vertical on the left. Switch to light gray dye, and we're going to put a light gray border around all 3 of these banners. Then we'll come out on the side of the locomotive here with an item frame, and behind this deep slate wall section on the gray, 1 block forward from it, we'll put 5 item frames. Same thing here, 5 item frames 1 block back from that deep slate wall section. Then we'll use our banners to put the word ACE on the first 3 item frames. And then the same thing over here, the word ACE on the first 3 item frames. Now, come back into the loom because there's these two triangles. Take out a pink banner, light gray dye, and make a triangle coming across the bottom like that. And then opposite triangle coming across the top on that side. So it looks like this. Then we'll do the same thing, but this time with a magenta banner. Then we'll come place these. This is what the other two item frames were for. So up here, we're going to place the pink one, then the magenta one. Then the same thing on the other side. The pink one, then the magenta one. Now we're going to do the interior, so come inside here. And we're going to take out smooth stone slabs and put double slabs under the window here. And then we'll start using our slabs to fill in the floor. We're going to bring it back one block behind where the doors are. Then we'll turn around this way, put a door in the middle. Two blast furnaces on either side of the door. Then up here in front of the door, a torch on each side. Then we'll put a stair facing forward on each side for the seats. Put 3 slabs across the upper hitbox here for the control desk, 2 glow item frames with end crystals, and a lever. Then we'll come through the door and work on the next compartment. So in the center here, we'll use polished andesite stairs to make a staircase coming down. Then on each side of the stairs here, we're going to put 3 white shulker boxes going from floor to ceiling. Same thing over here. Floor to ceiling of white shulker boxes. Then in this section, we're going to put 3 blast furnaces on each side of the bottom. Then we'll stand up here and crouch, and we'll put 3 grindstones on top of those on each side. Then come around behind that. We're going to spin around here, and we're going to put a column of white shulker boxes going floor to ceiling right here. Then a column of blast furnaces 3 high, then 2 high. Over here, a column of white shulker boxes lined up right here, and a column right here. In the space between them, put an end portal for a toilet, and then white shulker boxes on the top 2 blocks. Turn around this way and put a door on that bathroom. Then on this top right, a 2x2 of quartz bricks, and then a door in the middle. This next compartment will be the engine room, so we'll frame that in. So we're going to come down here behind where this first iron bar vent is. And right here, we're going to frame in a doorway with quartz brick, put a door in, and fill in all above it with quartz bricks. Then we'll do the prime mover. So in the middle here, skipping a block from the door, 4 sideways anvils, then 4 redstone blocks above it, 4 more sideways anvils, and 4 redstone blocks on top. Then on the side of this layer of redstone blocks, we're going to put polished blackstone buttons on each of the redstone blocks on both sides. Then come up on the top here, and we're going to put a row of sideways end rods to light it up. We'll do the same thing up here on this side, a row of sideways end rods. Now the engine room's complete, and we'll move on to the next compartment. So in the middle, 1 block back from the door, a polished deep slate wall, 2 smooth stone blocks, glow item frames on the front of it with end crystals. Then we have to do the massive air filtration system, so behind that in the middle, we're going to put 5 acacia logs going vertically. And we're going to bring that all the way to the ceiling, making sure the pattern's vertical on all of them. Just like that. Then we'll come around behind it, skip a block back, frame in a door with quartz bricks, and put a door in the middle and bring that to the top. Then just like the engine compartment on the top edge, we're going to run a full row of sideways end rods to light it up. Same thing over here, a full row of sideways end rods. Then we'll come through this door and work on our final compartment. In here, right in front of the door on each side, we're going to put floor to ceiling columns of quartz brick blocks, going 2 back. So 2 columns here, 2 columns on that side. Across the very top middle, we'll put a full row of sideways end rods to light up this compartment. Then we'll come back up here and a full row of blast furnaces on the bottom of each side facing inward. On the back edges, a column of 3 brewing stands on each side. Then another column of 3 and another column of 3 here. Then above these 3 blast furnaces, we'll put hoppers. And above those, we'll put 3 grindstones. And this completes the interior. And there we have it, folks. We've completed our Altamont Quarter Express SC44 Charger locomotive. I hope you enjoyed the build. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone, have a great week. Stay safe out there, rail fans.